Hello everybody, what is up? This is Shatner's Prodigy, and today I'm coming at you with another episode of Fabled Quasar vs. the World. Now, as we get into our first duel here against Convincing Sloth, I'd like to tell you a little bit about why I didn't put up a video on Monday. Now, as many of you guys know, I moved my entire video schedule around to put Fabled Quasar vs. DevPro on Monday, so I'd have more time to make them. So why didn't I make one? Well, I did try to make one, but if I put it up, it would look a little something like this. Yeah, it looks like a file somewhere got deleted, I don't know. That's why I don't really mess with DevPro. It's really because I have the technological literacy of a piece of wet bread, but whatever. Let's get into the duel here. So the guy here is going for some Shien shenanigans, and I'm going to make a pretty dumb misplay coming up, but you'll see what that is here. He plays Reasoning, and I call 4, because, I'm thinking, if he gets Kizan out, then he could go for, like, Goyo Guardian, get a bunch of stuff off of that, or he could go for something like Naturia Barkion, which wouldn't hurt me, but, could lock me down. Here, I'm really afraid he'll go for Naturia Beast, but he goes for Shien, and then Synchro summons up one more time into Moonlight Rose Dragon, which, not the best card, not a card I really want to see, and it's actually the source of my misplay. So here he swings up for 7, and he special summons out his Moonlight Rose Dragon and his Michael the Arclight Sworn, which I'm not sure why he's running, since it requires light tuners and light monsters, of which I think 6 Samurai have a total of 0. But if you don't know what Black Rose Moonlight Dragon does, it has 2 effects. Whenever it's synchro summoned, or whenever I summon out a level 5 or higher monster, which as you might imagine I do a lot, he gets to return 1 monster of my field to my hand. Now here I make a misplay. I attempt to bait out the Shien negation by activating Desynchro, and then my plan is to go for Orient Dragon and banish the Moonlight Rose Dragon, which would allow me to trigger its effect and just bounce it back to the extra deck so I can use Orient again. Now, what I could have also done, which could have yielded better results, is instead of trying to desynchro the Shien to, bait out the effect, and then try and bait out the Moonlight Rose Dragon's effect, what I should have really done is just gone for Orient and banish and banish the Shien, because his Moonlight Rose Dragon isn't optional, it's just not. And this way I wouldn't have to burn my Desynchro, and I could go for some potential plays with Upstart Goblin and Formula Synchron, using the 1-for-1 for tuning wear and stuff like that, but I don't do that because I am a scrub. So I play Upstart, draw into Where Art Thou. For some reason I pass instead of normal summoning out Chawa, and then using Where Art Thou to add another Chawa, and then using 1-for-1 to discard the Chawa I added, summon out Tuning Wear, and then using the Desynchro I still have in hand because I didn't burn it like an idiot, to get that back out, and I just made a misplay. I'm sorry guys. You're seeing me lose this duel because I gave up 4 draws for nothing. So here he's going to negate my 1-for-1, and I'm going to scoop it up because he just has enough pure battle damage on board to kill me. He negates it, I 1-for-1, but honestly, I could have done this play last turn, but if I wasn't such an idiot. I draw 2, and I get nothing, so I scoop it up. Going into our second duel here, we are playing off against our good friend, Mr. Natsu Dragon Nell. Wow. Indeed, wow, that is the face I have after reading that name. So I get 2 levels on board, I'm debating what to do. I go for the Formula Synchron just because I can. Normal summon the Crust and get a play off of that, but it's really looking like my hand is super clogged at this point. I discard the Cerebro just to get something else on board. I activate Raven, discarding Crust, and get back, I think, Lurie, yeah. Now I go for 4, Ares Rock Sunrise back the Chawa, and get another 2 draws off. Looks like I have a grand total of nothing, until I draw into the second Nizuchi, but I still don't think I have any plays here. Except I could go for Trishula, but that wouldn't really do me any good right now. So I pass it back to him and see what he has. So he shows Recycling Batteries, so I know he's playing some type of Thunder deck. And then he reveals Sis Hunter, so I know he's playing, indeed, some type of Thunder deck. And it could be Battery Men at this point. He could just be trying to search out, Denko Sekka or something. I don't know. He reveals some Pendulums, and so at the end of his main phase 1, I go into Black Rose Dragon to nuke his 4 back row, and destroy his Odd Eyes before it gets an effect. I hit like 3 limited cards, so that's good, and an MST. I just pass it back, not much he can do with that Sis Hunter in his hand. He pitches a Thunder Seahorse to add 2 Maw Hunters to his hand, and it's been a while since I've seen anyone use Hunters. But yeah, what did he add Maw Hunter and Sis Hunter? If he did, he totally cheated, but whatever. I'm not here to judge. So then he normal summons out Sis Hunter, and I take another 900. He chooses not to trigger the effect, and he tries to XYZ, but he can't because Thunder Seahorse's effect is that you can't special summon during the turn you activate this effect. So I think he cheated there, but it's a really minor cheat, so I'm not going to hit him for it. I draw into 1 for 1. Here I'm not sure. Here I can go for a Reagan play, but I'll have to summon out the Nezuchi just to clear out my hand. And I don't think it's a really good play, but I go for it anyways. Just because right now I'm kind of desperate to get something. Here, I stupidly go for damage with 1 day a piece up. If I wasn't an idiot, what I would do is I would use Ayers Rock Sunrise to bring back the Cerberell, then go for Trishula, banish 3 cards, then go for Desynchro to summon Trishula again, and then hit another 3 cards. He'd be left with no field, no hand, and be top decking, but I'm dumb, so I attempt to go for 1 day a piece for damage with 1 day a piece up. And really, this video just shows you how bad I am. I am just such a scrub. I'm not seeing obvious plays. I just pass it back to him for some reason. And there I tell you guys what a scrub I am. So here, luckily, I top deck into Grimro, which is the perfect out that I needed. I'm just checking to see if he has anything. So I get Cerberell to my hand, normal summon it. And now I go for the Trish, finally. I use the Trish effect to banish that, and banish the back row. And let's see, I think I'm going to Desynchro just to get his monster off board. No, I'm not. Nope, I'm not going to Desynchro. Why would I? We know his monster. It's the one he added illegally from Thunder Seahorse. So here I have Soul Charge, so I can get out Trishula and the freaking... so I can get out Trishula and a Quasar if I want. So Trish is going to hit the hand and the graveyard. Yeah, he is confused between Trishula and Necros of Trishula, which are 2 completely different cards. If you guys don't know, Trishula says you can target up to 1 card from each of the 3 places, whereas Necros of Trishula just says you can target 1 card from all of the 3 places, and up to 1 does include 0. So here we go. We're playing against Lyoko 7 in our 3rd duel, and it looks like I'm starting, and I get this super brick-tastic hand. But I should be able to play out of it. And looks like he's playing, and he's saying that my picture needs more Doritos, and I agree. My picture is definitely underrepresenting those doing Doritos. I don't know how I expect to be a pro at Call of Duty at this point. So here I go for the big Soul Charge, bring everything back. And I'm trying to make something. I go for TG Hyper Librarian for that triple draw Formula Synchron. And let's see. Dinotherium is good because I have no level 4s. And he's going to tell me to wait up because he's trying to resolve Dinotherium's effect while I have no level 4s in my graveyard, which is not at all legal or allowed to do in any type of manner. So there I could have gone for another Formula Synchron, I think. And he's like, dude, I'm like, what? Did I mess up? I don't think I did, but I'm being such a scrub today, I might have. And he's like, I was trying to resolve Dinotherium's effect, and I said, we don't have any level 4s in graveyard. And you really can't, because he needs a level 4 in graveyard. So he goes into his turn, and let's see what he's going to do. And he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah. So he activates Duality. Let's see what he's playing. And he reveals some dragons and some fairy support. I don't know. I don't know what that card does, and I can't read it because it went by too quickly. So he sets 1, most likely Rose Archer, so I Snatch Steal it with my Mind Control. And no, it's Man-Eater Bug, so I flip it up, and in a ruling that has never been relevant before, turns out Man-Eater Bug is freaking mandatory. So I use his effect to pop itself, and now I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because I can't really make any plays except for just winning, so not that hard of a place. He loses 3,999, so I just quit out because he's super salty, and I don't have time to deal with salt. So I attempt to negotiate with him, but he's just like, nothing. And yeah, there's no negotiating with Crazy, so I just back out of there. And we go into our fourth duel here against Jodl Raw 123. And here my hand is okay. I can get a monster on board without using the normal summon, which is always good. And then he activates his Asia Mystery Earth to get Venus, which is, by the way, if you don't know, the easiest way ever to get friggin' Trishula out. Just normal summon out Earth and then get Venus out, and then summon 2 Shine Balls, and boom, you're at Trishula. You can start wrecking your opponent's field all day, all night. He's messaging me, convincing me that he wasn't so salty, that he could fill up the Dead Sea and make it more salty than it already is. And there and here I'm resolving Grimrose effect, and I think I'm gonna add Cerberus to my hand, yeah, just so that I can either Black Rose the field or go for Reagan. He quits out, and I'm like, what? So I decide to see how far my combo can go. And while I'm doing this, I want to tell you guys a fun little story. I don't know if you know this, but Thursdays after work, I head up to a locals over in Glen Burnie. I, of course, live in Maryland. And I play Fabled Quasar, of course, because it's such a fun deck to play. But actually, at this locals, I was playing this guy first round, and he's playing normal Pendulums, right? And I summon out Quasar on him both duels. And both duels, I lose because he summons Slifer the Sky Dragon and attacks over my Quasar. And oh my goodness, if that doesn't make you salty, I don't know what will. Losing 2 games in a row because someone summoned a bigger monster than your Quasar. So there, he summons Harpy's Harpist and goes for Elegant Egotist. I'm thinking he'll go for like maybe Diamond Direwolf, maybe, I don't know, Abyss Dweller, something to get that Harpy's Harpist into the graveyard. But he goes for 101, probably just for protection, and he passes back to me. Now, lucky for me, he has no level 4s in graveyard, so I can immediately drop the Dinotherium. And I tell him, yeah, just summon Lavalval Chain and dump Hysteric Sign. And, yeah, he should be salty about that, because now Lavalval Chain is banned. Get wrecked, Clownblade. Get wrecked every rank 4 deck. Dang, Late Swarm players must be super salty, because they have both Minerva as a prize card and Lavalval Chain getting banned. Dang. But yeah, I go for TG Hyper Librarian here. Check to see if he has any response. Doesn't look like it. So I go for a level 4. Looks like Armory Arm. Draw a card. Here, it's looking pretty good. Looks like I should be able to get this Quasar out if I'm not a complete idiot, which I'm not. I have to go for that Photon Pulse Dragon Cheese, but whatever. So I draw 3. Activate Upstart Goblin. Just to get that one extra draw, see if I can do anything. I activate 1 Day of Peace because I'm such a troll. What I should start doing is doing the ultimate troll move, which is go for Quasar, attack over him, and then use 1 Day of Peace in main phase 2. But I'm not that cold-hearted and evil. I actually didn't know of that interaction until a little bit ago, but now that I do, I'll be sure to use that a lot more. So I attack over 101, he detaches Harvey's Harpist, I attack over it again. And of course he's taking no damage, but he chooses not to save his 101, for whatever reason, I don't know. And he asks if he's losing life points. I said, nah, I got 1 day in the graveyard. Then I'm just going to negate Harpy's Harpist and pass it back to him. I'm sorry for the longer video today, guys. I had some longer duels, I mean, you saw them. Tell me if you think this video is too long. I mean, I hope the music in the background and my soothing, wonderful voice was able to keep you entertained, but if it wasn't, just let me know. So, yeah, he's a bit confused because he thinks Quasar needs to destroy the monster that I negate, but it doesn't, and with that I'll send you guys off. I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all check out Mega Capital G tonight, because I have it on good authority that he should be streaming. Well, I hope to see you there, and this is Shatner's Prodigy, signing out.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry.